Bitchers! Welcome to Movie Bitches, episode 81. So tonight we're have some more. So tonight we're reviewing Gods of Egypt. Per request.
Thank you for making us go see this movie.
I have to say, not since Jupiter Ascending have I seen such a hot mess. But much more of an entertaining one.
Yeah, see, I found Jupiter Ascending with lots more boring parts.
It was lots more boring. Hooray! Jupiter Ascending didn't make any sense. And this at least was contained into like one place.
Yes.
And for the most part.
The desert, yes.
Well, was it the desert?
There's lots of talk about the desert.
I don't know what Egypt this movie takes place in.
Oh yeah, also I looked it up. Not one Egyptian actor is in this film.
Shocker.
Not one.
I mean, okay, what I have to say about this movie.
Yeah.
Like, what I loved about this movie.
Yep.
Was that I felt like it was like a studio film.
Yes.
That somehow got released.
Just got away.
Yeah, like,
from them.
I don't know.
I loved how cheesy it was.
It was super cheesy.
Like, I miss just like straight up dumb cheesy action, like over the top ridiculous movie.
It felt like this old Hollywood studio film.
It felt like Cleopatra.
Yes.
Yeah, we were just like fabulous costumes.
Yep.
Look at the sets.
The
costumes were like looked good.
I guess, yes.
They were well
true.
made.
That's true. That's true.
The costumes were great, actually, I think.
Yeah. The CG, like, shape-shifting god.
That's not what I was talking about.
Story.
I was not talking about the CG, which, first of all, I convinced Andrew that we needed to see this movie because I said, but there's people riding giant cobras. We have to see this film. And guess what? There's people riding giant cobras. It was fucking fantastic.
It was so stupid.
There's like the best part. There's a scene where Gerard Butler's giving like a rousing like 300-esque speech, and there's this giant fucking scarab behind him, just being like.
Who bring them reckoning?
And then Gerard Butler gets in his chariot led by these giant scarabs and goes.
With the green screen Egypt behind him in a chariot that's being driven by scarabs. It was amazing. Oh man, this movie was fucking hilarious. At a certain point, because we were trying to be like respectful, right? At a certain point, it was like, now we're just
we didn't want to be rude to the other people.
There's other
in the
people
theater.
here. Oh, it got to a point where that was
we couldn't
handle it.
Nope.
Anyway, Gods of Egypt stars a man whose name I can't pronounce, who I know from The Other Woman. He's the husband that they all like.
That they all conspire against.
They all conspire against. I think he's in Game of Thrones.
So what's his... Nikolai something.
Something hyphen something.
Yeah.
He plays Horus.
Yes.
And Gerard Butler is in it, and he's great.
And he plays Set.
I feel like Gerard Butler gets it. Do you get that sense?
No.
You don't think he gets it?
I don't know. I don't think Gerard Butler has ever gotten it. I don't think that he's ever realized, like, how people view him.
I think he does.
Maybe at this point.
I think he does.
So Gods of Egypt is a story, I'm not really sure where or when it's supposed to take place. Ancient Egypt, I guess. But it doesn't look like ancient Egypt.
Pre-pyramids? Post-pyramids?
Well, there were like 8 pyramids there.
There was like a lot of pyramids.
So I don't know. Like, that was what was so weird about it.
It's a fantasy.
It is a fantasy, I think. Because it also, like, it's like a fantasy where, like, the gods of Egypt live among the mortals.
And they're just bigger than everybody else. Literally. It looks like Lord of the Rings, where people look like hobbits. and gods look like giants.
Yeah.
But it looks real weird.
Really weird.
Because it's like sometimes
also,
you notice
like
it.
sometimes disturbing, like that first scene where it's like post-party.
Post-orgy.
Yes.
Post, like, Caligula-style orgy.
And Horace is like, oh, I'm waking up all hungover. Oh, all of these mortal women that I destroyed with my... like...
Maybe they just did hand stuff. Maybe they just all worked together. I don't know. Because that would be really... That would be bad. He'd be going through them pretty quick. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway... Oh, so the movie starts and it's Aladdin, right? Okay, so the main guy, whose name I don't know.
Oh my god, I forgot about this.
He looks very pretty. He sort of looks like...
No.
What?
No.
What?
No, I am not letting you get away with this.
What?
How have we not talked about the voiceover? You are not...
Oh my god. Oh my god, I forgot.
And I just realized, so the movie starts and it's VO of this guy, like an older man.
It sounds like Jeremy Irons. Like, it's not, but it sounds like it's Jeremy Irons.
Ages have passed since the gods walked among us.
Like this accent and whatever.
I'm not sure, yeah.
And
he's like, let me tell you a tale
Yes.
about my life. See, I started as a mere mortal. I've turned into Joseph Gordon-Levitt in The Walk, I don't know. I started as a mere mortal.
Looking for a place to hang my fire.
To hang my wire. And it's real weird, and the whole time I was like, oh, at the end of the movie, they're gonna show him, like, old with a bunch of kids and his wife, and be like, and that's the tale set. Nope, none of it, not at all. Like, I don't know why the young guy didn't, maybe he just
They must
sucked.
have cut it.
They cut it.
He did suck.
Either he sucked at the VO, or they were like, fuck, this movie does not make sense. Let's throw some VO in here.
But why not have it, like, it was so weird that it was like this older dude.
But anyway, it starts and it's Aladdin.
Yeah.
And he's like a young, scrappy thief on the streets of Agrabah. No. And he steals something and the guard...
a dress.
Hey, you there! I mean, I really wanted that.
Stop, thief!
Just a
Little snack, guys.
Oh.
Gotta put a dress on my gal. I don't know. That's what he stole a dress.
He stole a dress.
Anyway.
Yeah. So that happens, and I was like, oh, yes.
I mean, it happened, and I was like, on board. I'm like, this is silly and fun. And then he can't act.
Cheesy. Oh, he sucks.
And she can't act.
They're both very pretty. So Brian Brown from this great action movie called FX from the 80s, and I think he's in The Thornbirds. Have you seen The Thornbirds? Oh my god, The Thornbirds. Anyway, Brian Brown plays the king, whose name is escaping me. Osiris?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay, and he's the great...
King of
Egypt, and he's great. And he's gonna pass the throne on to Horus, who's the guy from The Other Woman. And
Playboy Extraordinaire.
And Playboy Extraordinaire. And Gerard Butler shows up to usurp the throne. And they have a hilarious fight sequence where they both turn into, like, Colossus from X-Men, but with wings.
Oh, wait, but I forgot. It was like Transformers meets Gods of Egypt.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
And I loved it. This movie is so stupid.
So stupid.
It kind of feels like The Mummy.
A little bit.
Not this Mummy.
No.
Brendan Fraser Mummy. Except that movie is good.
I haven't watched it in a long time.
No,
I feel like
it's great. It's great.
Okay.
This movie's like the sequels. This is like Scorpion King. That's what this movie is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like if The Rock, oh my god, wait, yes. If The Rock had shown up to be like the second, like the henchman of Gerard Butler or something. I mean, he's too good for that, but yes.
This had zero relevance to any sort of Egyptian history, except for that it used the names of the gods.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and some of the shapes. Like, it was, like, real. Otherwise, it was totally off.
You mean a Scotsman isn't Egyptian? I mean, Gerard Butler really has that Sean Connery syndrome where he's just like, and I'm Scottish. Actually, because in Highlander, Sean Connery's supposed to be Egyptian. Whoa. But he's just being Sean Connery. I'm Egyptian.
I'm not Spanish, I'm Egyptian. You have the manners of a goat.
Oh, did we mention that they end up in Asgard at some point? So they take a flight to Asgard, And then Oscar winner Jeffrey Rush shows up, which I was shocked by. They didn't put that in any of the trailers.
No.
Just wow. So, he's doing a bit.
So Jeffrey Rush.
Jeffrey Rush plays Ra, God of the Sun. And he's living on a ship in space. And he's like, every night he has to fight what looks to be like some combination of a tremor and like the Sarlacc pit from Return of the Jedi. So he's fighting this tremor. Oh. And it's just
chaos.
It's real sad. I don't know. Every time he showed up, I was like, oh, Jeffrey Rush.
It was really bad. When all of the other gods would change from like human to their weird CG,
like metal people,
they would like burn. And as they grew and changed and like morphed.
Yeah.
But Jeffrey Rush just like burned and got bigger.
I feel like they were like, look, we paid for Jeffrey Rush's face. We're not putting none of this over this. We got him for 2 weeks. We're doing this.
Why was he in this movie?
Like, don't get me wrong, this movie is a piece of garbage. But I loved it.
I mean, it really was fun.
Like, if you want to go
and
see, like, a dumb, campy, cheesy, like, ridiculous movie, you could see worse.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was super fun. Like, it's a terrible movie, but I had a blast watching it.
I did, too. And, like, I would not blame anyone for getting drunk and watching this at home.
It was the best piece of hot garbage that I've consumed this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.